I mean, people say that, it goes both ways, but I just feel like when you have women talking about how another woman who was chose over them is weak-minded, but what were you? You dated the same guy. So you mean to tell me that nowadays, if a man breaks up with a woman and gets with another woman, that woman is weak-minded for dealing with him? So you weren't weak-minded when he dealt with you? I think there are women these days that don't have self-awareness, and they don't understand that they are harming the relationship more than they are making the relationship work. Right? Shout out to Lord Sinister. Some women have a dumb belief that every man wants every woman regardless of her faults. And that's the thing they don't understand. If you have faults, that there are men who are not going to deal with you. They're not going to deal with you because they feel no need to deal with you. You're bringing nothing but a headache to their life. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Get the likes up. If you're a headache to a guy, if you are a hindrance to a guy, he's going to walk away eventually. And there are women that don't understand that they are self-sabotaging their relationships. And they think that their attitudes, their bad attitudes, make them strong. No, you're buying into the feminist propaganda. Shout out to Obi. Another shaming tactic. I just don't get that. Why? How come a woman who is more feminine and is willing to do what her boyfriend says or husband says, as far as in the context of roles in a relationship, why is that a problem? It's only a problem nowadays because you have a lot of you have not a lot, but you got a group of women who are jealous of men because they want to be men and they're not. That's what this is. And what they want to do is they want to make women as unfeminine as possible, because also they can't get certain men. They can't they don't have access to certain men. And because they don't have access to certain men, it bothers them. It bothers them that they don't have access to the type of men that they want. And what they want to do is make other women as undateable and as unfeminine as possible. So yes, they will shame other women who are more feminine and submissive to their mates. Actually, I'm gonna say to men who are leaders, not no broke, lazy male, okay, who don't do anything, who may look the part, but he ain't bringing no money into the household. The woman is paying all the bills, right? He ain't paying anything. He's another mouth to feed, basically, right? I'm talking about men who are leaders, men who have money and resources and have built a lane for themselves. Those are the type of men women should be submitting to, not men who they end up submitting to, who bring absolutely nothing except for new illegitimate children into that situation. There's too many of the wrong men getting with these women and having illegitimate children with these women who they end up not wanting to take care of because they can't take care of them. We got to look at this thing, man. And also it goes deeper because you have a lot of these women who grow up in households without fathers. They seen their mothers do nothing but date boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend. They never seen a stable relationship, so they don't know what it's like. So they end up dating the same type of men their mothers dated. So we have to add that in there as well, because it does go deep. But you need to, that's why I think that therapy would be something that a lot of these women need. They need to deprogram from all this feminism. They need to deprogram for loving broke bummy males. and they need to look towards leadership in their life. They need to look towards stability, not instability. They're too comfortable dating the wrong type of men, giving their bodies to the wrong type of men, and they end up regretting it because they might, in fact, end up having a child with these guys and regretting it because now you're a single mother and you're back on the dating market, and you realize no matter how attractive you are, men are going to keep a distance from you because you are a single mother, and you regret to this day that you allowed yourself to get with that ex because you realize now that he didn't want you like that and he wasn't serious, but you wasted time with him anyway. Life is all about experiences, but we have to learn from our experiences. We really do. I don't think we learn from our experiences enough. I think women are going in the wrong direction fast. I don't care how much femininity you try to learn. You have to first seek help for your past trauma. That is a step forward. Seeking help for your past trauma. Deprogram from dating these broke bummy males who bring nothing to your life. You need to deprogram for that. You need to understand that dating a guy who quote unquote is in these streets is the wrong thing. Because first off, these guys are not earning anything. Okay, they're not. But women have an attraction to them because of the false bravado, which we all know is false, right? The deprogramming needs to happen, but I think a lot of them definitely need therapy, and they need to work on their past issues because a lot of them didn't grow up with a father. Shout out to Shotty 7. I always felt a little guilty patting a kid on the head while I go to the bedroom with a single mom, but it's not my fault. They want to have fun. Okay, it's a little detailed, but I would say, bro, you shouldn't have any contact with the young ones while you're dealing with these women. But that just shows you the judgment of those women. I don't think women should be putting no men around their children like that. Just my opinion. But that's what's going on because they don't know no better. They really don't know any better, it seems like. But I think that, through time, I think eventually some of these women end up figuring out that, you know what, I'm doing things the wrong way. I'm doing things the wrong way. If they ever get to that conclusion. But I think it does start with the past trauma. Until you get help for your past trauma, you're going to continue to make the same mistakes. Because in your mind, you know what a man is. In your mind, is made up. It's a guy who is underneath you, but he shows some I guess, alpha qualities in himself. But he's a guy who's willing to allow you to lord over him and make decisions for him. And women are very comfortable in that particular situation. But that's why, again, that's where we are. These women are listening to all this fake, female empowerment. Y'all know what's funny? When I hear about this female empowerment that's going on, to me, it's just a way for them to reassure that they're making the right decisions. Because a lot of women nowadays, as far as their personal life, they're making a lot of wrong decisions. And a way that they like to shift the blame, I guess, for those decisions is by doing this female empowerment where, hey, nothing is your fault. You're out here getting degrees. You're out here working a good job, right? You're starting businesses, but they never talk about the relationship aspect. How can you be fully about female empowerment and then you're not talking about how to better yourselves relationships wise? And no, I'm not talking about a whole let's blame the men fest that goes on. There's a whole bunch of let's blame the men for our issues, stuff going on. And I think it does a disservice to a lot of these women. A lot of these women have to understand that It's up to them to choose the right men in their life. It's up to them ultimately. They can't blame everybody else. But all this false female empowerment, let's pretend like we get along, is BS. Shout out to C Square with the cash out. Says, preach Jaye, salute. Thanks, man. When y'all see those especially those commercials about female, hey, let's try to make it seem like our bad decisions is okay. Like we didn't screw up that bad. When really, yeah, you did screw up. You screwed up royally. You screwed up royally to the point to where you've been single for about 5 years and you still can't keep a man. You on all the dating websites. You know what I'm saying? You've been all on these blind dates. You went and got you a dating coach and it still hasn't worked. Listen, man, delusion is real, man.